Hello, everyone. Hey, fam. This is Dr. E keeping it real. I'm just so full right now. Hit like, hit share. I left home today. My husband and I, went out, stopped by a few places. Then we picked up something to eat. Then we came home. Now, listen, I do not like cold weather. I will stay in my home. We come home, we sit down, we eat. I didn't eat but a little bit. I got up and I started washing dishes. Now listen, it's cold here in Jacksonville, Florida. I don't like cold weather. But I'm standing there minding my own business. And I hear, go to the mall. I live right across the street from a mall. He said, go to the mall. I'm like, go to the mall? It's nothing over there I really want to go. I don't have any reason to go to the mall. That's what I'm saying to myself when I hear, go to the mall. I continue to wash dishes, wipe up everything. And I had a strong urge, go to the mall. So I'm saying, okay, God, you want me to go to the mall? You know I don't want to go to the mall. I don't want to buy nothing. I don't want to go back outside in that cold. But I got my jacket. I told my husband, look, I'm going across the street to the mall. Why I'm going, I don't know. But I believe Holy Spirit is leading me to go to the mall. I get my jacket, get in my car, and really the mall is in walking distance if I had to go. Oh my God, if I wanted to go rather. I go to the mall and hear these three young ladies. I'm on the other side and I hear them talking. I'm walking on one side of the mall, I hear them talking. And I heard one of them say, I'm going to ask my grandmother, can I get a third hole in my ear? And so I hollered back and I said, no. They turned around and started laughing. Hit like, hit share, I'm going somewhere. Then I heard in my spirit strong say, those three ladies, the reason why I told you to go to the mall. So after a while, I see them going in another place, then they walk out. As they walk out, I ask them. I start talking to them. You could tell one shy, one was 14, one was 15, and one was 16. God gave me what to say to those young ladies. I'm here to tell you their life will never be the same if they listen to the impartation that I gave them and things that I said. Their life will be transformed. It won't take place overnight. Transformation is a process. And I'm telling you, it was phenomenal. It was a blessing. Now, as I'm walking, and I have my phone, I'm getting ready to do a video while I'm walking in the mall. I see these three young men behind me hollering, waving their hands. Because I could see them because I had it on video, and they're trying to get my attention. So I stop, and I go over to them. The Holy Spirit said, this is another assignment. They were joking and teasing and carrying on at first, and it was one that was just carrying on. Another one, and one was but after a while, I said, I want y'all to listen. At that time, the three young ladies, hit like, hit share. The three young girls, they walked past me, and I forgot one of them names, so I asked them the name. I went over to her. She said, you're not talking to them about us, are you? I said, no. I just told them I just talked to three beautiful young ladies. And so they went on about their business. As I began to hear voice of Holy Spirit and talk to these three young men, they began to get serious. Two allowed me to take their picture. Another one said he's scared. He didn't want me to take his picture. One was 19. One of the guys 19. One name was, his name was Malcolm. Another young guy, I think he said he was 22. His name James. And another one, his name is, he said Meek. All three of them in college, they says. I began to impart and say some of the same things. He said, they kept saying, what did you talk to the other girls about? I said, I'm going to talk to you about it too. And one thing I asked them, the same thing I asked my ministry. The question was asked to me, what is one thing that you can do that you will not fail at? I told them, if you don't know the answer right now, think about it. But ponder it in your spirit. What is one thing that you can do that you know you will not fail at? When I finished and I got those young men attention, I mean, they were all in. I began to talk to them about transformation. not conforming, but being transformed by the renewing of your mind. We're in another year. If we don't make changes, if we don't impart into these young people, if we don't take care of ourselves and renew our mind and stop thinking negatively, stop hanging with the same crowd that's not going anywhere. But God allowed me to talk to 6 young people on today because I obeyed. And then this is the icing on the cake. Listen, this is the icing. I've been teaching all since the beginning of the year. How do we hear God's voice? How do we know his voice? How do we know God's voice from the enemy voice, our own voice in our head telling us we can't do it or we can't do it or whatever, or God's voice? I didn't realize it until I got home just now. And Holy Spirit says, you demonstrated just what you've been teaching. See, we have to know God's voice and act on it, just hearing his voice. But see, we got to learn to listen, because hearing and listening is totally different. And then when he give us instructions and direction, hit like, hit share. We need to obey. And God told me, he said, you passed the test. It didn't dawn on me at the time that I was walking out the very thing that I've been teaching on this year. I heard in my spirit just a strong go to the mall. I didn't buy anything. I had no idea. And I started to go and park somewhere else. Holy Spirit said, no, park here. I was going to start on the ground level. He said, no, go to the top level. Then I even thought maybe I'm going to get my nails, get a manicure. I said, no, that's not it. But I'm so grateful. I advise you today, follow that strong urging in your spirit. You may not understand why you're supposed to go right instead of going left. Why you need to go to the mall. Why you need to call somebody on the phone or go stop by and say, you don't know, but when you have a strong tug in your spirit, weigh it and see what you should do. Whether you should just stay stagnant, not obey, or go forth. I wasn't going to lose anything. If it did, I'd just say, oh, well, I just miss God. But I was at the right place at the right time to impart. And those young ladies young girls, they didn't have a clue. Every time I asked a question, they'd shrug, I don't know. I said, don't you ever have an answer. And don't just have an answer why you want to do this because of money, because that's not going to do it. But when I began to explain to them and share some things with them, I got their attention. I just prayed for those 3 young ladies, Jaslyn. I prayed for Alexis, and the other one, I keep her name. I can't remember her name, start with a K. But I'm going to keep these 3 people in my prayers. Hit like, hit share. This is Dr. E. I'm keeping it real.